day.
When astronaut Jim Lovell aimed for the moon during the Gemini and Apollo missions, he says there was a sense of excitement and adventure shared by people around the world.
Liftoff on Apollo 11.
He served as Neil Armstrong's backup during the Apollo 11 lunar landings and watched the dramatic event unfold from NASA's Mission Control Center in Houston, Texas.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
After the flight, I had made a trip overseas to Europe and was really pleasantly surprised that almost all the Europeans were absolutely enthusiastic about what we had accomplished.
Lovell, who once held the record for most hours in space, never landed on the moon.
Looks good here, flight. Good agreement.
As commander of Apollo 13, slated to be the third moon landing in 1970, Lovell successfully led fellow astronauts Fred Hayes and Jack Swigert back to Earth after a catastrophic explosion crippled their spacecraft. Now, 40 years after man landed on the moon and 39 years after Lovell returned to Earth, NASA plans to retire the Space Shuttle in 2010. It is the only vehicle NASA has to carry astronauts into space, and Lovell is concerned about the future of the space program.
There's going to be about a 5-year hiatus between getting some other new vehicle to go up to the space station before we can, have something to go. It's going to be nothing's going to be there except the Russian Soyuz, a vehicle that it was developed years and years ago.
At the Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama, in late July, NASA held meetings with an independent review panel commissioned by President Barack Obama to evaluate the future of manned spaceflight.
Ignition, we have liftoff.
Part of the meeting focused on the next-generation spacecraft that would replace the Space Shuttle orbiter. NASA is developing the Constellation program, a beefed-up Apollo-like initiative. It uses a rocket called Ares to put a single-use spacecraft called the Orion into orbit and eventually back to the moon. Steve Lindsay, chief of the astronaut office at NASA's Johnson Space Center, says one of the main drives behind the new vehicle is to reduce the risk with spaceflight.
And I wonder about the tolerance of the public and the nation and our government for another accident and accident entry, given how long we've been doing it. So we know that in the future we're going to take a lot of risk. We know in the present we're going to take a lot of risk. We know even with an order of magnitude improvement, we're still going to take a lot of risk. But we think our risk should be commensurate with our level of experience. We're willing to take those risks. We accept that as our job, and we're proud to do that job.
Atlantis, Houston, PDRS.
Another option favored by the presidential panel is extending the life of the Space Shuttle through 2014, keeping it flying missions until a new spacecraft is ready for flight. The panel is also reviewing an extension to the proposed life of the International Space Station, currently scheduled to end its mission by 2015. The Obama administration is concerned about the program's price increases. Public support for funding the space program has waned in recent years. Now, in the midst of a deep recession, lawmakers are looking to trim expenses, and NASA is struggling to keep funding intact. But Lovell sees an opportunity for economic recovery by increasing funding to the space program.
First of all, it's a creative program. It creates taxes, individual and corporate taxes. All the money is spent here on Earth, not 1 cent up there in space. And it brings back technology that spills over to the private sector. And that's what happened, of course, all the way through Gemini and Apollo. The private sector now is affected, especially in like computer technology and electronic components and things like that, that were speeded up in their development by our need in space. And that can continue.
Lovell sees a renewed interest in space sparked by China's lunar exploration program. He says the only successful path to an eventual manned mission to Mars is a shared vision and cooperation among all countries interested in venturing farther into the universe. Kane Farabaugh, VOA News, Chicago, Illinois.